Have you ever thought to yourself, how do I write a presentation? Or maybe, how do I perfectly answer that awkward question? Maybe you're somebody who wants to film content for social media, or maybe pitch an idea to the team or to a client. But as you go through the process of trying to come up with what to say, you find yourself getting stuck. Now, most people, they freeze not because they don't know their stuff, but because they don't know whereabouts to start. And then that pressure starts to kick in. You see that blank page just staring at you, and it feels like an awkward silence, and it can feel like you are standing in quicksand. And I see this all the time with smart, driven professionals, with leaders, with coaches. They spiral into this overthinking when they're trying to work out what they need to say, because they know that they want to say the right thing in the right way, but instead they end up saying absolutely nothing, or they end up rambling, talking around in circles, and then afterwards they find themselves beating themselves up thinking, well, why didn't I just say it like this? Because I know how to say it, but the second I have to try and say it, all of a sudden I say it completely wrong. So, let me help you. Before we dive into the content for today's video, if you've ever found your confidence a little bit hit and miss, I have created something rather special for you. It is the confidence rating. Can you see it? There it is, the confidence rating worksheet. 3 pages, a few questions, take you about 5 minutes to do, and it will show you exactly whereabouts your confidence is strong and maybe whereabouts it needs a little bit of work. It is yours completely for free. I'm going to put a link in the description down below so that you can gain access to it. But anyway, enough talk of free stuff. Let's talk about some more free stuff, and that's today's video. I was emceeing a fairly big conference here in Australia, and one of the sponsors at the conference was due to deliver like a 7-minute sort of spotlight session on stage. But the person who was meant to be delivering the presentation, they got sick that morning. Suddenly, one of their colleagues, someone who was never meant to be on stage, was told, "You're up in 30 minutes." And you could see the color drain out of their face. They were suddenly found themselves thrown underneath the bus. They had no prep, they had no slides, there's just a sense of panic inside them. And when I heard about what was going on, I pulled them aside, and we had about 10 minutes, that's it, just about 10 minutes, during morning tea to turn a terrified sponsor into a confident presenter. So here's what we did. This is the same method that I want to share with you now in this video. So we focused on 3 simple elements. The first one was, what is a common problem that their ideal clients face? The second thing was, so what is a short story that they could tell about a past client who also had that problem? And then the third thing is how their product was able to solve that problem. So that was a simple formula. So it was a problem, then a story, and then a solution. So they scribbled down just a few bullet points on the back of one of the conference programs. So there was no script, but there was a very clear formula or structure as to how they would present. So then they got up on stage, and sure, yep, you could see the nerves, but they delivered. And not only did they fill the full 7 minutes with ease, but the audience actually listened. People, they weren't checking their emails or sneaking out to try and get to the coffee cart before everyone else got there. The audience stayed engaged. And why was that? That's because the presentation flowed. It felt real. And because they weren't just reading from a script, they connected in a way that most sponsor pitches just don't normally do this. And if you've been at conference, you'll know what I mean. So in telling you that story, this is a simple tool that I want you to focus on, which is problem, story, solution. And this isn't just for the stage. You can use this if you are filming a video for LinkedIn, for YouTube, for Instagram, for TikTok, whatever it is. You can use this same structure of problem, story, solution if you're in a Q&A session and all of a sudden you're put on the spot to answer a question. You can use this same formula while you're pitching an idea in a meeting. You can even use this in casual conversation when you're explaining an idea to somebody. Think of this little formula like a mental upgrade for how you communicate. So here's how you use it. Let me just break it down for you. Identify one real specific problem that your audience or your client cares about. Then share a short story that brings that problem to life, and then offer your solution. What do you recommend? What do you provide? What do you suggest? And here's the cool thing, if you need to cover more time, if you've got to give a longer presentation, you just repeat the pattern. One problem, one story, one solution at a time. It is that simple. So I encourage you, go and grab a piece of paper now. Write down a problem that you know your clients face. Think of a story of whereabouts you've seen this solved in the past. And then what was the solution? How did that person solve that problem? Then just practice taking a walk through that. Practice just saying it, even if you say it into the mirror. Ideally, I'd say grab out your phone and film yourself doing it. It doesn't need to be polished. It just needs to be clear. So when you have this structure in your back pocket, you're never going to be stuck for wondering what to say ever again. You're going to communicate with more ease, with more flow, with more connection, because people won't just understand you. They're going to feel like you get them because you're going to be talking to their problems. It's that simple. If you're new here and you want more tools to speak with confidence, charisma, and clarity, then please hit that subscribe button. I'm going to tell you this, you'll be glad that you did. And before you go, remember, there is the free confidence rating worksheet. It's yours for free. Link will be in the description. That is it. Bit of a sudden ending to this video. Don't forget, confidence rating worksheet. Link will be in the description below. See ya.